So Stobo's right arm over, running away from us and bowls. Lovely straight drive there off the bat of Toby Albert, and that will go for 4 runs through mid-off. Mid-off's quite wide there.
Stewart bowls now, and it's just clipped off the pads by Fletcher Middleton very pleasantly indeed, and that'll go just forward of square for 4 runs, running away on the outfield, and guides that through the offside forward of square, and that's a lovely shot from him. And Fielder Herring after that won't reach it. Joey Everson at point.
Oh, thick outside edge, but it falls short of third slip and wide, and it's running up the far end of the ground for 4 runs.
Yeah, it's gone past Compton. I'm not sure that was a chance.
Stewart comes in, and that looks like it's an edge. Just wide of sort of that fist stump line. Fletcher Middleton looks to sort of play it and then leave it at the same time, but
Albert then 3 slips in the gully in for him, cuts that away, and it blisters towards the boundary. No chance for Daniel Bell-Drummond.
Andy also wants another shout out. I'll come to that in a minute. Stobo bowls on the line of leg stump, and he's bowled. Well, and Gubbins can't quite believe it. That's down the leg side. Gubbins is well inside the line, and the ball is cannoned into the stumps, and Gubbins goes for 1, 2nd wicket down. Here's Stobo, bowls, and Vince drives through the covers, and that will be 4 runs. That will end the over from Stobo. A couple of other names that I don't particularly know. It's pulled away by Vince along the ground, hit hard, backward of square leg, cannons into the covers. So watch out, everybody up there, because Sean Irvine will be there in a few years' time. Oh, Dreov straight down the ground, 4 runs. You don't over-pitch it to James Vince.
Stewart again, and that's nice and full. Fantastic shot through mid-on of Tony Albert. Much full of length, and he just lent on that.
Anybody that knows can quite happily email suncricket@gmail.com. Lovely drive, James Vince, wide of mid-off. And that will be 4 runs. Not quite a half volley. Getting that wrong, but we're all good. We've been all right for about the last 5-10 minutes now. That's full, that's driven straight, and that will be 4 more. Nathan Gilchrist looks up to the heavens and realises he's got that one wrong. And Vince.
Tony Albert, and that's driven fantastically well between mid-off and cover for 4 runs.
We still...
As ever, he nicks out very wide, full in length. Tony Albert goes to the drive, and that has caught a 2nd slip.
You couldn't even see the leg stump. Everson comes in, pulled away by Vince. There is a man out there at deep square leg, can't quite reach. In fact, he's quite straight there. Good looking shot there from James Vince. First time we've seen the pull shot from him.
On the balance of what's been going on so far.
Vince cuts that away. That was wide from Everson. That was inviting, that shot from Vince. Carved it away through the covers. Everson bowls again, it's wide, and it gets the same treatment. Smashed through the covers. Last 2 deliveries have not been the best from Everson. And Vince in this mood.
Gilchrist bowls to him now, and just guided past point. He does really well there, keeps it down. There's a despairing dive by Joey Everson. Looks like he'll go for 4. Ben Compton doesn't give up the chase. Stowe with the Western Australian back in. Oh, it's a thick edge, and that's through backward point more or less. And that'll go for 4 runs. And I'll say that'll be some encouragement for Charlie Stobo, but
Joey Everson runs into Ben Brown, and that's driven through the covers. Might reach the boundary. Yes, it does.
Which, as much as I love the game, there's a bit of a leading edge there from Vince. He does keep it down. The ball races down to 3rd. Is he going to make it to the rope in time? It does. Bit of extra bounce there from Gilchrist. So we'll try and find that out for you, Sean, at some point. Vince drives through the covers. There's a half century. Moves on to 53 from just 56 deliveries. He's been fed that shot a couple of times by the Kent bowlers. 200 and 300. Here's Nathan Gilchrist, start of a new over. Short, and Vince off the back foot. Cracks that through the covers. That's a gift. Vince moves on to 57, 104 for 3.
To hold down one end a lot for Kenton.
Oh, there's a lovely drive through extra cover from Ben Brown. It was flighted, he waited, picked his gap, timed it nicely.
is Stewart bowling to Vince, and well, who'd be a bowler, eh? That's just gloriously driven through the offside, cover drive, and that's 4 runs. In the middle of his 15th over of the day to Brown, goes low there and drives it through the offside, really well timed. Stobo's after it, is he going to get there? He's not. That'll be 4 runs through extra cover, really well steered by Ben Brown. That's loads of air given there, driven by Vince. What a shot that is. He has driven that with some venom, but all the way along the ground to Wanamaye, this time diving to his left, can't get anything on it. The second cover, Jack Leaning, couldn't either because it was scorching along the grass. 150 up for Hampshire, and James Vince looking in fine fettle so far. Proving that. Oh, it's a low edge from Vince, and again he's got the edge of the bat, and Stobo just turns the game against Lancashire. And so they keen to point out, Kent, they were effectively managing him, resting him for that next game. And that is Ben Brown's 50 as he tucks that into the offside off Nathan Gilchrist. And it's 50 from 115 balls. It's been patient.
As Gilchrist comes into Ben Brown, and that's cut away for 4 runs.
Yeah, it's a good looking shot. It's just dropping short, but
fantastic. As Gilchrist bowls to Ben Brown, and then again that's sort of not quite as wide. Back foot sort of punched it between point and cover, and there'll be another 4 runs for Ben Brown. Matt Parkinson comes in again, a little bit flatter, and that's worked away on the leg side, and that will be 100 for James Vince.
155 balls with 15 fours, and that's back-to-back hundreds for James Vince. Here comes Everson. That's full outside the off stump, driven by Vince, wide of mid-off, and I think that's going to go over the rope, and it does. Well, he's fed Vince there, Joey Everson. And
Matt Parkinson comes in, and that's a wonderful sweep. Deep square for 4 runs. Great shot there from Ben Brown.
Everson again runs away from us and bowls. It's full, it's driven in the air over the wide of mid-off, and that'll be 4 runs. 224 for 3 as Everson's in again, bowls, length ball, and Vince plays that late. A slight hint of a thick outside edge, but it's gone for 4.
Runs into bowl to James Vince. And that slog swept high in the air for 1 bounce, 4 over mid-wicket.
The new ball, and
oh, edged, falls short of first slip, and it goes through first slip's hands, and that'll be 4 runs. The only thing that can be said there, I think that's leaning there, isn't it? It bounced one in front of him.
yeah.
All of a sudden. Yes, I remember. Here's Stobo again. He's angled that one in. It's gone down the leg side. It's flicked away by Vince, and that'll be 4.
10.5 overs minimum remaining as Stewart bowls to Vince, flicks off his pads beautifully, using take a Hampshire wicket. James Vince looking very well set on 131, cuts that away gloriously. Bit of width from Grant Stewart, who just... So Stobo bowls to Brown. Oh, what a lovely shot that is. Just outside the off stump, and he's driven that.
Stewart runs in to Ben Brown, and that's... I don't know if that's actually hit anything, but that is gone past finally. Oh, no.
The bowl to Ben Brown now. Brown cuts that away. Looks like a good looking shot. It is indeed. That'll beat the man on the point boundary, Ben Compton, and that is 4.
Comes into Ben Brown, and that's worked away on the leg side, and that will be Ben Brown's 100. Fantastic 100 there from Ben Brown. As Matt Parkinson comes in again, and that's worked to the leg side. No run, and that will be the end of today's play.